Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Cyril Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. There's also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram on there if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. If you're interested in the websites, I see She Who Is Art. I notice that one all the time, but there's a couple others there. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever works for you. All right, what do we have for Aries? The double card, okay. This bottom card is pushing two. Eight of Pentacles. Which could be work connection. I don't know if we're going to get another card out of that or not. Could be a work connection. There's a very strong bond. Could be a work connection because I get the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay. Could be a work connection. I think you're breaking through a boundary. Let's be sure. I'm going to use the dice in a second, but I see somebody is blocking something here. The Two of Swords and the protection. Somebody's like, "No, Aries, no Aries." I feel like I feel like somebody's right in my face, and I'm like, "I'm gonna break your hand." I'm like, "Stop it!" I get it. All right, fine. And I'm like, "But I'm not accepting it." But I understand what you're saying. I'm not. It's like whatever this boundary is. It's like. This is like telling a mother she can't be near her child. This is one of those type of boundaries. Like, oh, you think that's a boundary, but no, you cannot block me from that. That's how this feels. Like, that's just an analogy, so just take that with a grain of salt. But that's how it feels. Like, you're blocking me for something that you have no right to block me from. That's how I feel, and I'm very ignited about it. Kind of like, oh, no, you don't have the right to block me, but they are blocking you. Okay, but the way it's going, it feels like it's kind of been blocked for a little while. I don't know how long a little while, depends on your circumstances. But like Aries, one of the advantages of Aries is strategy, being strategic. Kind of like, all right, I can't just bust through this door, it's not going to work. But I will, but that is, you don't have the right to block me from that, so I will get around you. I'm just going to find a way that's actually going to work for me, not just now, but long run. So I am going to get what I need. I will get to. I will. You won't successfully block me for long. So I'm paying attention. I'm strategizing because I need to, not because I want to, because I need to. If that makes sense. Like this needs to work out, and this will work out. So I need to think about what I'm going to do here. So one of the strengths of Aries is to be strategic when you need to be, when you want to be, when you choose to. But I'm also going to acknowledge that you are not happy with these boundaries, and you are not happy with whoever's blocking you. So that's kind of like its own challenge, kind of like not to let the situation ignite you to the point where you make some mistakes because you're angry. You're not okay with this, because again I'm getting this kind of igniting, like somebody keeping me from my child energy, like, oh, that's no, that's not, you don't get to set that boundary. No, you don't. But whatever's going on, I'm working around it. I'm doing what I have to do to get around it. This is not a fun moment at this point, but when I see what I need to do, like I feel like I find it. I'm like, there it is. I feel like it's kind of like, there it is. But we're in strategic mode, remember. When I'm seeing what I need to do, I'm like, all right, there's a certain way I got to pull this off. Because again, and I know we've said this in the beginning, but this is definitely where, if this reading is hitting for you, it's like, short win isn't going to make it. No, I don't need a short win. I need a now and long term too. Like I need to win now and long term. So especially long term. So I am biding my time as I need to. I'm keeping an eye on things the best I can. And I'm getting ready for doing what I need to do next. Now, I know what I need to do, but the Queen of Cups is telling me, and don't get caught up in the gender, I'm about to end this situation, but I'm not letting people know what I'm going to do. I'm knowing what I need to do, and I'm making sure this works out long term. I think it's kind of like I found a loophole or something that I don't think people are aware of, or at the very least they don't think you're going to do. Take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't seem like it's bad because I feel like I get more opportunities after this. Six of Pentacles and the Temperance card. Biding my time, but when I feel Temperance, there is patience involved with it, but there's also a lot of action. So it's kind of like I'm getting all my ducks in a row. I'm double checking things, I'm triple checking things if I have to, and I'm adding up extra supports if I can, because like this is not going to fail, and it's not an option to fail. You're constantly in motion, even though you already know what you need to do. You have to wait for the right time to come in, but all that time that you're waiting, you are utilizing to make sure this is on point, and I am adding extra protection anywhere I can, because this is not going to fail. There is no option for failure. Really, really strong energy, but very kind of like calm before the storm, if you follow me. Very calm before the storm. Now, I say calm before the storm, but by the time they realize the storm has come, it's already gone, and it's going to be too late, is what I'm getting. I am not letting people know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Because I see, like, the Seven of Swords is blocking the Five of Pentacles, which is very interesting, because normally Aries isn't really compatible with the Seven of Swords, because that's just kind of like... That's kind of like grabbing something and going. It's like grabbing something and just ditching. Like it's a thief card sometimes. Sometimes, depending what it is. But it's kind of like getting what you need and not letting people know, basically. In this card, in this situation, it's like the people who you're dealing with, I just feel like I can't afford to let them know. And maybe this isn't normally how I do things, but for this situation and the way it's playing out, you got to fight fire with fire, because failure is not an option. And I feel like I've been pushed into this corner, and I'm just like, no, this isn't allowed. So I'm not letting people know what's going on. They're going to have to figure it out after the fact, and I'm keeping people out of the situation, because that's what's going to... I can't play games like this. I can't jeopardize my win. I need this to work out. Win being a tentative, whatever you want to call it. And I just feel like I know that there's certain people... It's not like certain people want to screw things up for you, but they might just inadvertently just screw it up for you without realizing they screwed it up for you. So I'm not even going to make it a factor. Certain people may be very upset that you didn't tell them what was going on. They weren't on the in. But it's kind of like, this isn't one of those things where I can kind of take that chance. If I just keep people on the outside, it doesn't have to be a problem. And, later if they're upset, I'll just tell them why it worked out the way it worked out. And when the time comes, I'll deal with it when I need to deal with it. But I can't chance this. I can't chance this not working out. And sometimes people get in the way without realizing they're getting in the way. There's a pink card popping out over here, which I don't know what that is. Page of Cups. People will get over it. People get out of your way. People get out of your way. I don't feel like it's going to be that big of a deal anyway. Your outcome here. You do get what you want. The commitment is telling me that it's not over, but it's kind of like, I don't know what to say about this other than I keep getting this child and mother connection here. The boundary has been removed. I am back with my child again, but I have to keep working at it to make sure it stays that way. I'm very committed to this working out. I don't feel like people have the power to reapply that boundary. I don't feel like they have the power for that. But I'm also being very, very attentive to the situation, and I'm making sure that nobody else gets any bright ideas either. It's a very, very strong, like, this isn't right. Now, this doesn't have to be about a kid. I hope people realize that. It's a general read. So whatever your situation is, apply it as necessary. This could be a business connection to where, somebody took away an opportunity or is blocking you from a promotion, and you're getting around that, and you're making sure not only do you get around it, you're going to keep what you got. That's basically what I'm getting from this. It's taking a lot of strategy, and it's putting a lot of energy towards the strategy, but you're very good at it. So I feel like this is not something that really ends, at least I feel like this is another reason why I keep using the child analogy. So if, say the child was 10 years old, So if you have to fight to make sure this works out, until they're on their own, you're continually making sure, and then you're probably still looking out for them after that. Most parents do. Most parents do. So I'm just saying, it's kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like for the next couple years, it might be something you have to keep on point with to make sure nobody gets in your way. I think we're there. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.